There are 9 things that I include in my plans for attending a genealogy conference. As I prepare to attend RootsTech 2023, I'm sharing with you how I plan out my RootsTech experience ahead of time to ensure that I get the most out of my experience. If we haven't met before, I'm Lisa, a genealogy researcher and author, and this YouTube channel is designed to help you find your ancestors, grow your family tree, but not get overwhelmed in the process. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, you are in the right place. Way back when I attended my very first genealogy conference, I was a newbie, brand new to genealogy research and eager to learn everything I needed to know to find my ancestors. Now, my very first large genealogy conference was actually through the National Genealogical Society's conference. It was 4 days of lectures, a large expo hall, and a chance to talk to people whose eyes did not glaze over when I mentioned the word ancestors. Now, I did not want to miss a thing. I attended a lecture at every possible time slot there was. I walked miles in that expo hall. Okay, maybe it wasn't miles, but I can say my pedometer was very happy during those 4 days. I even packed my own lunch so I wouldn't have to leave the convention center and lose precious time at the conference. It was wonderful. It was also utterly exhausting. By the end of the conference, I could hardly spell my own name, much less my ancestors. I learned a lesson. And now I make a plan. The first thing I do before even registering for a conference is I decide what my priorities are. What's my goal for attending that conference? Is it to gain knowledge around a specific area of research? Is it to connect with other researchers? Is it to talk to vendors about their products that maybe I'm struggling to get the most out of? So decide your priorities. Why do you want to attend that conference? And then go ahead and register. Now, the second thing I do to get ready for RootsTech, especially because there are so many wonderful, wonderful lectures and speakers to listen to, is review the lecture schedule. Plan out which lectures you want to attend ahead of time. Plan out ahead of time which lectures you are interested in seeing. Many large conferences such as RootsTech have multiple tracks, and you have multiple lectures to choose from at any given time. Now, sometimes, of course, you're going to find that you want to attend 2 lectures that are unfortunately offered at the exact same time. Now, when this happens, take a moment and check to see if one of them is being recorded and could possibly be watched at a later date. If so, choose to attend the one that is not being recorded. The third thing I do to get ready for my conference experience is to review the vendor list for that expo hall. That expo hall at any genealogy conference, and especially at RootsTech, is like the heartbeat of the conference. Big or small, expo halls are great places to interact with vendors and societies that you are interested in working with. I encourage you to make a list of which vendors you're interested in talking to and make a list of questions that you want to ask. The other thing to think about is that oftentimes the vendors are debuting new products or new features to products that they already have. So it's a great way to get to see new things first, as well as getting to try them out and learn from the people who know them best. Okay, now let me know in the comments below, will you be attending RootsTech 2023 this year? Or some other large genealogy conference? If so, let me know if you're going to do that in person or maybe virtually. The fourth thing you want to do prior to attending your genealogy conference is decide, who do you want to connect with while you're there? Are some of your fellow genealogy researchers friends going to be there? It's a great time to catch up. Plan to meet up for coffee or a meal, but I would encourage you to schedule these and get them on your calendar ahead of time because time goes really fast at these conferences. So the fifth thing that you want to do to enhance your RootsTech experience is to download the conference app. You'll have the conference schedule, you'll have the syllabi for the lectures, you'll have the vendor list and their locations within the vendor hall. This is also a great way to stay up to date on any changes in time or location of lectures or events that you are wanting to attend. Now, this next thing that I do to get ready to go to RootsTech might be a bit unexpected for you, but I plan out my rest breaks. It is easy to go all the time at RootsTech, all day long and into the evening. In fact, it's really quite tempting to do, but I encourage you to plan in some rest breaks. That could be simply having a moment to sit down, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea in a quiet area somewhere, or you may be able to go back to your hotel room if you're close enough to just take an hour or so just to rest up and then go again. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Many of you probably don't realize this, but I actually am quite introverted. But I always have a lot of energy when I attend RootsTech. And you know why? It's because I schedule in those rest breaks for myself. Okay, number 7, take a water bottle. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It is easy, again, to go and forget to drink enough water when you're at a conference, particularly one like RootsTech. One thing that I learned attending my first RootsTech conference is the fact that Salt Lake City has a much drier air than where I am from in the East, which is much more humid. Staying hydrated helped combat headaches as well as kept my energy level up. When you attend RootsTech 2023, whether you are in person or whether you are a virtual attendee, do not overlook the mini sessions that might be offered in the expo hall by some of the vendors. This is an opportunity for some extra learning and some very targeted specific learning for genealogy. At the end of your conference day, I'm going to encourage you to take a few minutes and make notes on things that you have learned, things that you want to follow up on once the conference is over. Maybe you want to get in touch with a particular researcher after the conference is over. Go ahead and write that down. Do not trust it to memory. Get it out of your head, get it down onto a piece of paper or in a note-taking app on your phone so that you can refer back to it once you're back home from the conference. Learn more about getting the most out of your genealogy conference experiences in this previous video, how to have a successful genealogy conference.